You are not one person. You are a charioteer struggling to control two winged horses pulling you in opposite directions. One horse is noble, the other is wild, and your entire life depends on how well you drive. The Phaedrus is Plato's most lyrical dialogue. Unlike most Socratic conversations, it takes place not in the bustling agora of Athens but outside the city walls, beneath a plane tree beside the river Ilissos. The setting matters. This is a conversation about eros, about beauty, about the soul, and it needs open sky above it. Young Phaedrus has just heard a speech by the famous orator Lysias, and he carries a copy hidden under his cloak. The speech argues a shocking thesis, that a young man should give his favors to someone who does not love him rather than someone who does. Phaedrus is thrilled by the rhetoric. Socrates is intrigued, but for very different reasons. Lysias argues that love is a kind of madness. The lover is jealous, possessive, irrational. He smothers the beloved. The non-lover, by contrast, is calm, generous, reasonable. Better to choose the steady friend than the crazed admirer. The argument is clever. It is also, as Socrates will show, profoundly wrong. Socrates offers his own version of Lysias' argument, but does it better. He defines love as an irrational desire for beauty that overpowers good judgment. The lover, he says, is harmful to the beloved. He wants his beloved weak, ignorant, dependent. A friend helps you grow. A lover keeps you small. Socrates delivers this speech with his head covered as if ashamed, and he should be, because he has just committed a sin against the god of love. Before Socrates can leave, his daemonian, his inner divine voice, stops him. It warns that he has offended Eros. Love is not a sickness. Love is divine. And Socrates must now make amends with a greater speech, a speech that will reveal the true nature of love and the soul. Socrates' second speech is one of the supreme achievements of Western literature. He begins by distinguishing four types of divine madness: prophetic madness, inspired by Apollo; ritual madness, inspired by Dionysus; poetic madness, inspired by the Muses; and erotic madness, inspired by Aphrodite and Eros. This last, he says, is the greatest gift the gods give to mortals. Now comes the image that has haunted philosophy for 24 centuries. Imagine the soul as a charioteer driving a pair of winged horses. One horse is white, noble, spirited, it obeys the reins. The other is dark, shaggy, deaf to commands, it lunges toward every earthly appetite. The charioteer is reason. The white horse is the spirited, honor-loving part of the soul. The dark horse is raw desire. Every human being is this team. Every moment of your life is a struggle for control. Before birth, all souls traveled in a great procession behind the gods, riding their chariots through the heavens. The gods, whose horses are both noble, ascend easily to the rim of heaven and gaze upon the forms: absolute beauty, justice, goodness, truth. But human souls, dragged down by the dark horse, catch only glimpses of this transcendent reality before losing their wings and falling to earth, imprisoned in bodies. What the souls see beyond the heavens is not mere scenery. It is reality itself, the forms in their pure, unmediated splendor. The form of beauty is not beautiful like a sunset or a face. It is beauty itself, the thing that makes all beautiful things beautiful. To see this is the supreme nourishment of the soul. Those who glimpse more become philosophers. Those who glimpse less become tyrants, or worse. Fallen souls are incarnated according to how much they saw. The soul that glimpsed the most becomes a philosopher or a lover of beauty. The soul that saw least becomes a tyrant. Across 10,000 years and multiple lives, each soul has the chance to regrow its wings through the pursuit of truth and beauty. Philosophy is not just an intellectual exercise. It is the path back to heaven. When a soul encounters earthly beauty, a beautiful face, it is suddenly struck with awe. The feathers of the soul's wings begin to sprout again. There is itching, swelling, throbbing, a feverish agitation. This is not metaphor. Plato describes falling in love as a physical response to the metaphysical. The beautiful person is a reminder of the form of beauty glimpsed before birth. Love is recollection. Desire is homesickness for the divine. But the dark horse doesn't want contemplation. It wants consummation. When the beloved approaches, the dark horse lunges, dragging the whole team forward. The charioteer must haul back on the reins, bloodying the dark horse's mouth. Again and again, the battle is fought, the pull of physical desire against the discipline of reason and noble aspiration. Love is beautiful. Love is also war. Over time, if the charioteer is disciplined, the dark horse learns restraint. The soul enters into a kind of shared philosophical friendship with the beloved. They study together, exercise together, pursue wisdom together. Their love becomes a mutual ascent, two souls helping each other regrow their wings. This, Plato says, is the highest form of human relationship. Abruptly, the dialogue shifts. Phaedrus and Socrates have been discussing love. Now they turn to rhetoric, the art of persuasion. But the shift is less abrupt than it seems. Both love and rhetoric are about moving souls. The lover moves the beloved toward beauty. The rhetorician moves the audience toward belief. The question is the same: what is the right way to lead a soul? Socrates dismantles the pretensions of professional speechwriters like Lysias. True rhetoric, he argues, is not a bag of tricks. It requires genuine knowledge of the truth. You cannot persuade someone well unless you understand what you are persuading them toward. A doctor who doesn't understand health isn't healing, he's harming. A speaker who doesn't know truth isn't persuading, he's deceiving. Rhetoric without philosophy is dangerous. The true rhetorician must practice dialectic, the method of collection and division. Collection gathers scattered particular instances under a single universal concept. Division carves a concept at its natural joints, distinguishing its true species. This is the philosopher's scalpel. To see the one in the many and the many in the one. Without this skill, persuasion is blind. Most revolutionary of all, true rhetoric requires knowledge of psychology. Different souls respond to different arguments. A complex soul needs a complex speech. A simple soul needs a simple one. The great rhetorician must be like a doctor who prescribes different medicines for different constitutions. Rhetoric, properly understood, is the art of fitting words to souls. Now Socrates tells a story. The Egyptian god Theuth invents writing and brings it to King Thamus as a gift for humanity. "This will make people wiser," Theuth says. "This will destroy memory," Thamus replies. "Writing gives the appearance of wisdom without its reality. A written text cannot answer questions. It cannot adapt to its reader. It says the same thing to everyone forever. It is an orphan, wandering the world without a father to defend it." This is one of the great ironies of philosophy. Plato, who wrote some of the most brilliant prose in human history, puts into Socrates' mouth a devastating critique of writing itself. The spoken word addressed to a specific person in a specific moment is alive. The written word is dead, a mere image of living discourse. True wisdom can only be written in the soul of the learner, through living dialogue, through the back and forth of question and answer. Earlier in the dialogue, Socrates told of the cicadas singing overhead. They were once human beings, he says, so enchanted by the muse's gift of music that they forgot to eat and drink and died. The gods transformed them into cicadas, who sing ceaselessly from birth to death, reporting to the muses which mortals honor their arts. It is a warning: be consumed by beauty, but do not lose yourself entirely. As the dialogue closes, Socrates offers a prayer to Pan and the local spirits. He asks for one thing, that his inner and outer life may be in harmony, that he may count wisdom as his only true wealth. It is a prayer for integrity, for the charioteer to master the horses, for the soul to be whole. Love, rhetoric, writing, the soul, they are all one subject. How do we move from ignorance to wisdom? How do we ascend from the body to the forms? Whether through the shock of beauty, the discipline of dialectic, or the intimacy of philosophical friendship, the answer is always the same: through living encounter, not through tricks, not through texts. Through the direct, dangerous, transformative encounter of soul with soul. The Phaedrus gave Western civilization its most enduring image of the inner life, the soul as battlefield between reason and desire. It gave us the philosophical foundations of rhetoric, psychology, and aesthetics. And it posed a question we still cannot answer. If writing is inferior to speech, why did the greatest critic of writing write so unforgettably?